Welcome back, viewers, to the full race replays here at Three Sisters Race Circuit in Wigan. Will you join us for the penultimate round of the 2025 season? Hayden Harris is our Northern Heavyweight Championship leader, and he went from 13th to 1st in race 1 and set the fastest lap of the race in the process as well. As a result, he's starting this race from pole position. He is joined on the front row by Lewis Jolly, who he just pipped to the win at the end of race 1. And in starting on row 2 of the grid is Ian Wilson and James Clare, both of whom are track locals and are having great rounds so far today. Here we are then at Three Sisters for the second heavyweight race of the day. The red lights are on and we are underway. We've got Hayden Harris starting on pole position, but it's Lewis Jolly. It looks like he's got a good launch here. He's going around the outside of Hayden through turn 1, gets on the inside for turn number 2. Lewis Jolly may well come out in the lead here as they feed into the first proper corner of the circuit. They're still side by side out at the front of the pack. Adam Thompson's made a great start as well. He's now up into 3rd position in his brand new red suit. It's Hayden Harris though, who looks like he's broken clear of Lewis Jolly, who's now side by side with James Clare, and I believe that's Ian Wilson as well. Or is it Hassan Zafar actually, who's running in 2nd position now, so he's made a great start. Archie Snell's done a great start as well, up from 6th in the grid. He's now up into P4. They're coming down the back straight now. It's Hayden Harris ahead, and Lewis Jolly ahead of then Hassan Zafar, and you've got Archie Snell running in 4th.
Hayden Harris drove so well in that last race. It's probably the driver of the day so far from how far down he was at the start of the race. But he's under pressure now as down the inside line goes Lewis Jolly, trying to get himself through but isn't quite able to do so. It's all a little bit messy here as they've got a few drivers involved. Archie Snell has moved into 3rd position. So Archie Snell trying to get himself ahead of Lewis Jolly, but can't quite do so. Now Archie had a very, very disappointing race last time. You'd probably consider him across the grass as well. I'm not sure who that is. But you would probably consider Archie the favourite to win here. Very, very experienced driver. He's to 3rd, so maybe it was something to do with the car in the last race or something like that, but yeah, Lewis Jolly 2nd position. Hayden Harris holding on for now, but he's got Lewis Jolly on his outside into turn 5. Can't quite find a way through. No, he can. Lewis Jolly eventually gets himself through. I don't think it was Lewis Jolly actually, excuse me. Because now we're side by side for the lead of the race. Just involved in this melee as well, as we've got one driver well off and spun out at the final corner. It's Archie Snell who spun out at the final corner and moved all the way down into last position. So Archie Snell getting it all wrong. I've just picked him up for the last lap. He's now completely out of contention. Colin Marshall's in the lead of the race through all of it, with the fastest lap of the race as well. Hayden Harris in 2nd position, Lewis Jolly into 3rd. So very, very embarrassing moment for Archie Snell. I think he did it all by himself as well from what I saw. So that also, more crucially, means that with that poor first race, it's basically Archie out of contention entirely for the rest of the round in terms of getting onto the overall podium. So that's so frustrating. Colin Marshall then in the lead of the race. Hayden Harris has slotted into 2nd position. He's got Lewis Jolly up his inside into the penultimate corner. Lewis can't quite make the move. Hayden goes defensive as now Lewis Jolly tries to plough one down the inside, but isn't able to do so. A little bit too far back. To the first corner they go then. Hayden Harris all over the back of Colin Marshall for the lead of the race. 0.2 of a second between the two of them at the line. Colin just having to go a little bit defensive. Hayden's got a run on him to go up to the top of the circuit. We'll see if there is a move to be made here. 6 minutes to go in the race as the juniors getting pulled down for their race number 3. Colin Marshall then leading, but for how long is the question? Into turn 5 the leaders go, and I think we have now had a change for the lead. So past me, just to confirm, no we haven't. Colin Marshall still leading the way as they go into the final corner. To EKS on the Mixler and around the circuit as well. So here we go, the leading three, very, very close together. We've also now got Ross Sandwell making moves. He's moved up ahead of James Eastrop into 4th position. But the leading three, Colin Marshall, Hayden Harris, Lewis Jolly, all within 5 tenths of a second of each other. And gaps between them, about 3 tenths of a second between each part. So very, very close. Could go either way here. Colin Marshall doing a good job for the time being. Ian Wilson, actually, the fastest man on the track. Can you believe it? He set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. So Ian Wilson maybe going for a little bit of a charge through the field. James Clare's had a really, really tough day, by the way. He's at the back of the field. It's James Clare far towards the back. Oh, just now it's climbed to 13th, by the way. So he's on a bit of a recovery drive. Lewis Jolly into 2nd position. So on this lap, it looks like Hayden Harris has dropped down a little bit after obviously winning that last race. He's not quite had the pace in this one. Ross Sandwell is the fastest of the leaders and now looks for 2nd position on Lewis Jolly. This is a really, really good drive from Ross Sandwell. Now, he's very, very unlucky, is Ross. He took ages to get his first win in the EKS, has now got a couple of wins. He looks to win this race as well. He is the fastest man. Fastest lap last time was Ross Sandwell into 2nd position. This seems to be mainly the theme with this heavyweight race as Ross Sandwell goes to the lead of the race. He was around the corner out of our view here in the commentary position, and Ross Sandwell gets the lead of the race. Can he hold it though? He's with 3 wide briefly for the lead of the race into turn 5 as everyone somehow emerges from that corner in one piece. Ross Sandwell into 2nd, Lewis Jolly into 3rd, and your race leader is Colin Marshall once again. So Ross Sandwell now going to have to be a little bit more cautious. He is the fastest man on the track, of course, but I don't think he'll continue that pace this lap when we look at the timing screen. And indeed he won't. 1 minute 3.4, so he is the fastest of this gaggle, but he's not quite as fast as he was. James Eastrop just tried to go for 3rd position as Lewis Jolly dropped off the train a little bit to go to the top of the circuit. Then they'll go on to the back straight. Is there a move possible for Ross Sandwell? Not just yet. Stays in 2nd position, I believe. 3 minutes to go in the race. This one's flown by. The drivers have been just that quick, so I think we'll have 2 laps to go at the line, 2 or 3 laps to go, that is. Sandwell, 2nd position. Can he get to the lead of the race is the question, and he can is the answer. Ross Sandwell has taken the lead of the race on this lap. Hayden Harris just gone around the outside of James Eastrop. He's going to gain that position back as James tries to go down the inside of Lewis Jolly as well. Hayden can't quite get the move. Can he? He's all the way around the outside line. He did it the long way round, did it difficult, but was able to get through. So Hayden Harris into 4th position. Ross Sandwell leading the race. Oh no, Harris is off all the way over the track into turn 2. He does well to not completely cut the corner and take a few carts out with him, but Hayden Harris makes a rare mistake. And turn 1 being the corner that's catching a lot of people out today. Very lucky that that kart didn't get beached and how damp the grass is here. It's grass is almost like a gravel trap when you go off when it's this damp. Ross Sandwell comfortable in the lead of the race, by the way. He's over a second now. He's battled for 2nd place. Colin Marshall trying to get ahead of Lewis Jolly and does so. Absolutely drops Lewis Jolly into turn number 5. But Jolly's going to try and come back at him into the final corner. On the outside line of Colin Marshall. It is so close between the two of them. We've got a kart breakdown at the first corner. By the looks of things, that kart number 17, which is being driven by Arthur Bennett. So he's going to be out of the race by the looks of things. We've got 2 laps to go. He's going to be given a new kart, I'm sure. Got one ready to go for him. The kart 17 is going to have to be moved out of the way. It's not quite in a dangerous position, but it will be certain yellow colour of the shore. Let's get that one out of the way. Might get away with it here. 17's been swapped out then, so Arthur's back on his way. Going into the last lap, this time by Ross Sandwell into turn number 5 for the penultimate time in this race. Sees the battling happen behind him as Lewis Jolly gets back past Colin Marshall on the inside line. Super stuff from Jolly. Sunwell in the lead of the race. 9/10 of a second that time, and now it's probably a little bit more as Colin Marshall's made a mistake. And James Eastrop goes through as well. Marshall drops a couple of positions. Hayden Harris still on the back of, oh sorry, excuse me, not Hayden Harris, I was talking about Ian Wilson on the back of James Eastrop now. To go into the final lap, James goes for second position as well as he tries to get himself past Lewis Jolly. Isn't quite able to do so. Sandwell, 2 seconds to the good, 2 seconds around this circuit. Absolutely a huge gap, and well, he makes his way down the back straight now. And I think that gap will be even bigger by the time he gets to the line to take the checkered flag at the end of this lap. James Eastrop then on the outside line with Lewis Jolly, trying to get himself into second position towards the end of this race. Can he squeeze his way through? He's on the inside line and gets ahead of Lewis Jolly. So James Eastrop climbs into second, checkered flag is out. Ross Sunwell makes his way around the final corner. He's going to take victory in this one. Really fantastic drive for Ross Sunwell. Checkered flag. James Eastrop into second position. Lewis Jolly tries to dive up the inside line, but in the end, by 9/100ths of a second, James Eastrop holds on to second. The rest of your top five: Saul Gregory and Ian Wilson, Colin Marshall, Adam Thompson, Hayden Harris, Jamie Moore, and Phil Jackson are your top five.
All right, we are joined with Ross Sunwell. Congratulations there. That was race number 2 win, starting from 13th to first. That's not bad, right?
Yeah, no, it was quite satisfying compared to what happened in the first race for me. But it's nice just to kick back with a win after that. So, yeah.
Well, it seems like you found some pace ready for the next 2 races. Any tips, any secrets that you've got compared to anyone else, or do you want to keep them to yourself?
I feel like I'm a lot better on the exits of the corners compared to everybody else. Everyone's kind of sacrificing their line going into it rather than setting themselves up for that long straight. So if they want to keep doing that, then I'll pick up the pieces. But no, I think at the moment it was just a case of race 1 not being not having the nicest thing underneath me to drive, whereas that one was quite nice. So it varies, but it's rental karting at the end of the day.
I wish you the best of luck for race 3 and 4, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you.